You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Look at me. Go. Go.
He's crashing. He's checking crack.
On first down. Smart. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Second and 12 at the 19-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and the Lions will take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now they try the right side here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. McKay. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2nd and 1. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Hey, Sam off.
On 2nd down now. Smart fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Looking to throw. Schilling. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force. Fourth down now coming up.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Right back to him on first down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
2nd and 11. Completes it to Norwood. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. From the gun, McKay. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. From 10 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Taken down back at the 15-yard line.
2nd and 15. And that is incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On now is the Packers punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff looking right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, McKay. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. Touchdown, Packers. Kareem Hunt, 93 yards, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, you usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friends.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing on 1st down. McKay able to find Floyd. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
1st down, Detroit.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
Operating from the gun, McKay. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The end result, 21 yards. They'll try to run this one in, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense? A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Switch.
Back to throw. McKay. That's complete to Turner. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Looking to throw. McKay. Now they go screen. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First down, Lions.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Andrews. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Off unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Schilling. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. He's going to air one out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A final shot before break. McKay, he's going to throw one up for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A throw over the middle taken in. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
13 yards, first down Packers. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Schilling. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Off the bootleg, Schilling sliding out of the pocket. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Schilling. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. The point after is good, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this down to the 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Check it back. The Packers' 32-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike.
Second and 2. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the Packers' 28-yard line.
Now Andrews. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 19-yard line. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Lions holding onto the football. They also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Come on, set. Hey, come on. Watch back forward. Watch the run. Back. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Let's go now. 53. Oh, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
2nd and 14. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call it the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, McKay toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Looking to throw. Schilling is going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
To throw on 2nd down. Schilling. He completes it to Hunt. Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Touchdown, Packers. Kareem Hunt. He scored on the ground and through the air, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
21.
So just a 3-point this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. Two division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McKay, he's going to go for a big play downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is a season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw. Schilling. And that will be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football. Incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be the... And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
90, Wolf.
They'll keep it on the ground. Smart. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Ready?
On 4th down. Schilling. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it. At the 36-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So Tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
50 seconds to Mike. Go. 50 seconds to Mike. Stay with your man. Check.
On 4th down, McKay. Able to find Turner. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Heavy on the edges. 57's the Mike.
On 4th down, McKay. Getting this into the hands of Turner. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force